Hi, I'm John Hazzard, and for me it's all about food. Today I want to show you how to make a Christophene and papaya salad, or some people call it chayote. In America, when I was in the States, I lived in the States for 7 years. We called it chayote over there, that's what they call it. Or in Barbados, where I'm from, we call it Christophene. So I want to show you, sometimes you go in the supermarket and you're not too sure what I do with the Christophene. So I want to show you today what you do with the Christophene. And I remember having this as a boy as well. Well, not the application, I'm going to make it for you. But as a boy, I used to eat this as a vegetable, which it is actually. And normally my mom would peel it and she would just steam it. I remember mom had the double, the double pot with the water at the bottom and then the perforated pan above and a lid. And mom would steam the Christophene. Normally mom peels it and served it with some butter, and it was awesome. So today I want to show you how to make a nice salad using raw Christophene. And I also have some raw papaya here as well too. So this is still green. It's still, very hard. So I want to show you how to make a salad from the Christophene and the papaya. So in terms of the ingredients, basically, it's going to be Christophene, of course, papaya. We're going to use some red and yellow bell pepper for flavor and color. Some red onion as well too. Scotch Bonnet Pepper, which I absolutely love. And I also have some herbs as well too. I'm going to be using some parsley, some cilantro, which is my favorite herb, cilantro. Second to my favorite herb is basil, so we're going to put some basil inside there as well too. And I'm also going to put some chives as well in this salad. And we're going to make a slight dressing for the salad as well too, just to give it some nice flavor. And it's going to combine of honey. I also have some olive oil and some rice wine vinegar. And we're going to season it with some salt and pepper. So let's go ahead and get started with our salad. So I'm going to take the onion first. I want to show you a little tip here. A nice way to make your onions. Just going to slice this onion down in half. And this core here, I'm going to take this core out because I don't really need the core, to be honest with you, because I want to do a French cut. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take the onion and slice it nice and thin. And I already have some here sliced, so I'm just going to slice a little bit more. And what I will do normally with this onion is I take it and I put it into some ice cold water, which is what I have here. Now this allows the onion, it takes away some of that very harsh, bitter flavor of the onion. Let's just put a bit more inside there. So it takes away some of that harsh, bitter flavor, and it also makes the onion nice and crunchy as well too, and it curls up nicely. So I'm going to put that inside there for a little bit while we work on the other ingredients. What I'm going to do next is I have the bell pepper. Just going to take a piece of that off. I take a piece of the yellow bell pepper off as well too. And what I tend to do with these, I take this membrane, internal membrane out, so I get a nice thinner cut. So I'm just going to take this out. And I will do the same thing with this as well too. Take this one out as well too, so I get a nicer cut. Then what we do is we just scrape this here. Just scrape this all up. Now we're just gonna, this is called a julienne cut. I'm gonna cut this across into strips, into thin strips. Just making sure my knife goes all the way through. Sometimes, so there we are, we're getting it all the way through. So nice thin strips. Good. And we're gonna do the same thing as well to the red bell pepper. So just take these ends off. Just gonna square this up nicely. Then we're going to cut this into some nice thin strips. Again, this is called a julienne cut. All the way through. Good. I'm going to take these now and put these into my bowl here. These ones I don't need. I also have some here as well, which we'll add. So that's some yellow and this one is red. So we add those inside there. And then I also have a bit of Scotch Bonnet, which we're going to add in here too. So we added the red and yellow bell pepper, now add in some Scotch Bonnet. And I'm going to show you now what we do with the Christophene. So we take the Christophene. I have a mandolin, so I suggest you get a Japanese mandolin if you can. And I just take it and I slice it nice and thin on this mandolin. So nice and thin. Turn it over. I don't want the seed, so I'm going to slice around the seed. So all nice and thin. Good. Do one more. That should be good. I'm going to rest this to the side. And then what we do is we take the Christophene and we kind of stack these now, because we want to cut these now into julienne strips as well. So we're going to take these and stack these. So I'm putting like stacks of 4. So I have some here ready. So you take what the corresponding ones that were together and you kind of assemble it back together again. So I'm putting this in stacks of 4. So that's another one there. And let's do this one. That's another one. So I have here like perhaps about 6 stacks of 4. Put all these together. These pieces we don't want. So I have here 6 stacks of 4. So what we do now is we take it and we're going to do a julienne cut, which is a nice thin cut all the way through. So that's a nice julienne cut. We do the same thing with this one. So all of these I'm going to cut into this nice julienne cut. And go all the way across. So it's really a raw salad, but it's very refreshing. And very tasty as well too. And it's also very local, very Caribbean. Because we're using the papaya, or in Barbados we call it papaw. I know in North America they call it papaya, but we call it papaw in Barbados, and in North America they call it Christophene chayote, and we call it Christophene in Barbados. So just different places, different names, but the same thing as well. So just kind of cut all these into thin strips. And we do the same thing as well with the papaw or papaya. And I have gone ahead, as you can see in front of me, and I have already peeled the papaya, which I have here, and I sliced some up as well to a julienne cut. So that's what we do. So come all the way across. Great. Okay, so now what we do, we take this and we put this in the bowl here. So all this good stuff, put into the bowl. And then I'm going to take the papaya I have here as well, put this into this bowl as well. So this, I already julienne this, and I will have a recipe for you as well, so you could always do this at another time as well. I'm going to take the red onions now, take a bit of paper towel, I want to drain them a bit. So I'm going to take it, strain it off in my strainer, get rid of that. I'm going to toss this here just to drain it. I just want to get the moisture off of this. And then we just take it and put it right in this bowl as well. So getting all that in there. And then what we're going to do now, what we're left, I have a few more which we're going to add. And what we have now are the herbs. So I have some chives or scallions already sliced. So we add this one in here. We're going to take some basil. And this is called a chiffonade cut, where we take the leaves and we kind of place them on top of each other. And we're now going to slice this into thin strips. And this would be called a julienne cut. So I'm going to cut this now, julienne. And this is called a chiffonade. So we're going all the way across. So this is a nice chiffonade. So put this also in the bowl. So the bowl is looking beautiful. The bowl is looking beautiful. This is some cilantro, which I really love. So just take a bit of this out. And I don't really chop this too much. I just give a good chop right away through because I love the flavor of cilantro. I just want to bruise it to release more flavor from the leaves. So we just come all the way through. I'm going to add this now inside here. And then we do the same thing as well with the parsley. Take the parsley out of here. We take it, and we're going to now take the knife and go all the way through. Just kind of rough chopping this, but I still want to see it in my salad. Great. Good, so we have that inside there. So now let's make our dressing. So basically I'm going to take this container here. Let's just put these together. Let's push this all in together. I'm going to take, this is the rice wine vinegar. So that's like half of a quarter cup of rice wine vinegar. This is the olive oil. That's a quarter cup of olive oil I'm adding here for this salad. And I have a quarter cup of honey. So we're going to put this right in here. So basically I have rice wine vinegar, olive oil, and honey. Good. So that's added. And all I do is just close the lid. And we're going to shake this. Get it all emulsified well. Mixed all well together. To this, I'm also going to add the salt. So I'm going to add like a teaspoon and a half of salt. A teaspoon and a half of salt. That's good. Then I'm going to add half a teaspoon of some black pepper. Great. We cover it back. And then we're going to give this a good shake. Get it shaken really well. And then what we're going to do now, take this, and I'm going to pour this now all the way inside here. Beautiful. Okay. Then what we do next, we take a fork, or if you have a tongs, and my fingers are clean. I washed them before I started, and we're going to mix all of this salad together. Just bring the bottom to the top and get it all mixed in. Get it all coated with the nice dressing we made from the olive oil, the rice wine vinegar, and the honey. And of course it was seasoned with salt and pepper. So once I seasoned my dressing, I didn't actually need to season the salad. So we just get this all mixed in really, really well. So you just get this all mixed in. So just getting this all mixed in this bowl. And you can see the dressing is all at the bottom. So I'm just trying to get everything all incorporated inside here. So again, I have the chayote or the Christophene, the papaya, red and yellow bell peppers in here. I have the red onion, which we soaked in a bit of cold water. Scotch bonnet pepper, which we have to have. I love Scotch bonnet. And of course the herbs. There's basil, there's chives or scallions, there's cilantro, and there's parsley in here as well. Also, it's a nice, beautiful salad. So we get it all mixed in nicely. I think everything is nicely coated in here. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and taste this salad. Let's just taste this. This is a nice, I just want to mix it just a bit. Just a bit more. Just want to get this mixed a bit more. And get this really well coated with the salad dressing, which is down here at the bottom. Great. So what I'm going to do is to go ahead and just give this a taste now. Mmm. Mmm. That was amazing. That's a lovely salad. That's amazing. So this is what you call a chayote or Christophene and papaya salad. But it's really delicious. It's nice and crunchy, it's nice and fresh. I can taste a bit hint of the Scotch bonnet. The sweetness of the honey as well, just coming through well. And of course the herbs, the basil and the cilantro, those flavors are also coming through well also. So this is an amazing salad. So there you have it, your Christophene and papaya salad. If you've enjoyed this show, just click like, subscribe, and ring the bell for future notifications. And again, I'm John Hazzard, and for me, it's all about food.